Girivaradari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Haribol, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribol. Srila Prabhupada Ke, Giri Govardhan Ke, Taigo Premanandi. Hare Krishna. So, welcome to our little kata for the occasion, for this wonderful day today. One of our most ecstatic festivals we have in our Vaishnav calendar is this worship of Govardhan Hill, the worship of the pastime of Krishna lifting Govardhan Hill. One of the important. What's that? This is we should really throw this out. Huh? No, this is here. So, okay. Yeah. Okay. So I thought I will read a bit and we talk a bit on the pastime itself. And see what the Bhagavatam says about it. Of course, it's a quite elaborate pastime, a couple of chapters. Bhagavatam tells this story in a couple of chapters, so we'll not go through all of this, of course, now in this half an hour. So I read a bit from the 25th chapter of the 10th canto. Lord Krishna lifts the Govardhan Hill. So Shukadev Goswami said, "My dear King Parikshit, when Indra understood his sacrifice had been put aside, he became happy, furious, with Nanda Maharaj and the other cowherd men who were accepting Krishna as the Lord." Okay, we saw now a little dramatical performance by our devotees. Indra was angry. We saw he was quite angry. And this was said here, he became furious even when he understood that he was not worshipped. So this Krishna is actually very merciful in smashing Indra's pride, because he saw that he is really, in Maya, we say, in Maya. And and it's very painful, but in the end you will see it's very, very good. So Krishna was very merciful actually to correct Indra, who cannot be happy when you're in Maya, right? You cannot be happy, even though we think we can be happy, but it's not working. So Krishna knew this all along, and he knew this is every year happening, this festival of worshipping Indra, which was tradition in Vrindavan. Krishna corrected that. Indra recognized, oh, I was not getting my worship, and he became furious with Nanda Maharaj and the cowherd men. So in angry Indra sent forth the clouds of universal destruction, known as Sangvartaka. Imagining himself the supreme controller, he spoke as follows. Imagining himself the supreme controller. Do you also sometimes think you're the supreme controller?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you think? No, sometimes? Everyone thinks sometimes he's the supreme controller. We think we can control everything. Everything should, everyone should listen to what we have to say. Especially when you're in a position of authority, then it's easier because then you have to, enforce your will. No? Or parents, also a bit, no? But it's very difficult. To enforce your will on the child is very difficult. So we also think like this. So he thought himself the supreme controller, meaning he wanted, that everything goes along his will. Everything has to be as he desires. And in a big way, this was not happening here. So also, when we think we are the controllers, and it's not happening as we desire, we become also angry. Sometimes, right? Happen to you? Sometimes? Yeah. Sometimes. Daily. So, sadhana. Yeah. You can become angry. So, and then he spoke as follows. What was his pastimes where devotees are in Maya? So to say, it's very helpful to see how it is to be in Maya because we don't see our Maya so easily. Being Krishna and us, they have offended the gods. Yeah, so he did not understand that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But even though understanding that Krishna is the Supreme Lord, theoretically, we also understand that, but we still are proud. It's also interesting. Yeah, we see this also often in a pastime that devotees know that they are dealing with the Supreme Lord, but still don't behave. It's interesting. It's not enough to just know that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. It needs something more. It needs a purification, a realization, and to be really established as a pure devotee of Krishna. So all of us, we know the Supreme Lord is here, and Prabhupada is the guru, and the authorities, but still we get angry with them or don't listen and all that, and not humble enough. So it needs more. So still it seems he did not know that Krishna is Supreme Lord. He says he is an ordinary human being and that he has offended the gods. They are taking shelter of Krishna as just like who abandon transcendental knowledge of the self and instead try to cross over the great ocean of material existence in the false boats of fruitive ritual sacrifices. Very good example. Very true. Very true. But it's wrongly applied, this principle. That foolish men don't live according to spiritual knowledge and think through material life they can become happy. So, but he doesn't understand that Krishna is completely spiritual and that what they did was completely spiritual by listening to Krishna. These coward men have acted inimically toward me by taking shelter of this ordinary human being, Krishna, who thinks himself very wise, but who is simply a foolish, arrogant, over-talkative child. So to Indra, Krishna, small little Krishna, appeared to be like that. And yeah, he was very smart. Nanda Maharaj wanted to do this sacrifice and this festival, and small little Krishna comes and bewilders him completely. When you read in Bhagavatam how he argues with Nanda Maharaj, he says, no, we have to do this. And then Krishna with his sweet words and voice completely bewilders Nanda Maharaj that he says, okay, everybody stop. Because everyone was already completely engaged in preparing for this festival. So many things have to be done. As we know also for this festival, all the devotees were engaged in so many things. So this was very, very big. And everyone was busy cooking and preparing and decorating and doing all kinds of things, being in this festive mood. And during all that, Krishna comes and changes Nanda Maharaj's mind in telling him more or less, Indra has nothing to say. Because actually, karma is always fulfilled by proper activity. When you act properly, karma will come automatically. Indra has nothing to do with that. More or less, Indra is a servant of karma also. When we do something right, Indra has to provide. Because karma is the law. So he speaks something like karma mimamsa philosophy, it said. Karma mimamsa philosophy. And more or less anyway, Nanda Maharaj agrees, okay, Krishna, yeah, good point. Let's do something different. And then it's interesting because Krishna asked him, is that what you do, something what is a Shastric injunction? It's written in Shastra, or is it just some village tradition? And Nanda Maharaj says, no, it's like our village tradition, what we do since a long time. I don't know when we have not done it. Every year we do it, we just do it. And more or less Krishna says, then it's not important. It's not important. And actually it's very, very difficult to change tradition. When something is already kind of established, it's very difficult to change it. There are so many traditions, so many festivals, so many or little activities people do, and it's, when it's established, you cannot change it. It should be every year like that. So Krishna changed Nanda Maharaj. Nanda Maharaj says, okay, stop everybody. And they say, what's going on? Why stop? We have to prepare. No, we don't prepare now for Indra. What, not for Indra? We always do that. No, this time we do all that for Govardhan Hill. For Govardhan Hill. Govardhan Hill? Why for the Govardhan Hill? Yes, Krishna explained very nicely. Makes more sense, It makes just more sense. Because Govardhan Hill, he provides for all that what we have, what we need, and he's more our, he's helping us more. He's more a servant, so to say, than Indra. Let's do it. Okay, when Krishna says it, yeah, Haribol, let's do it. And all that things they prepared, they used then for, as we know, Govardhan Hill. They made a huge festival to worship Govardhan Hill. And during that, Govardhan Hill transformed himself into Krishna also. Said he took a form, Krishna took the form of Govardhan Hill, he ate all the offerings, they worshipped him, and actually Krishna says to them, see, Govardhan Hill is very big and very powerful, and he will destroy everyone who will not worship him. When he had this huge form. And in the Bhagavatam, he's like, oh, Krishna was forcing them a little bit more, Okay, worship him, give him everything, what he needs to eat. So anyway, Indra was very angry. He did not get his share. He did not get what was expected. And he definitely overreacted. To the clouds of destruction, King Indra said, the prosperity of these people has made them mad with pride, and their arrogance is backed up by Krishna. Now go and remove their pride and bring their animals to destruction. Yes, kind of overreaction. He really wanted to kill then everyone. No, I'm so powerful, I can do that, somewhere other. Yeah, when we are proud and arrogant, we tend to do things which, we overreact, isn't it? People do bad things because they are angry, and they cannot discriminate. Anger destroys our discrimination, and then we don't know how to behave properly. I will follow you to Raja, riding on my elephant Airavata, and taking with me the swift and powerful wind gods to decimate the coward village of Nanda Maharaj. Shukadev Goswami said, on Indra's order, the clouds of universal destruction, released untimely from their bonds, went to the cowherd pastures of Nanda Maharaj. There they began to torment the inhabitants by powerfully pouring down torrents of rain upon them. Propelled by the fearsome wind gods, the clouds blazed with lightning bolts and roared with thunder as they hurled down hailstones. Hailstones, Hagel, no? Hagel. No, it's very dangerous. Hagel is very dangerous. No. Hailstones, yeah. As the clouds released torrents of rain as thick as massive columns, the earth was submerged in the flood, and high ground could no longer be distinguished from low. Yeah, when there's lots of rain, land gets submerged. No. So many floods. We had recently a flood in Austria. Yeah, also in the area a little bit. No? A little bit. Chut chut. Yeah. And also in Spain recently. Yeah, it's very dangerous. Very dangerous. Submerges all the land, a huge flood, or like tsunami. Have you seen the tsunami in Japan, 7 or 8 or something? Have you seen videos of that? That was crazy. It was not just Japan, it was in whole Indonesia area, all there, no? Because of an earthquake under the water. And a huge wave, huge waves went over the land, 30, 40, 50 meters high. And submerged there, and I think 200,000 people died. Altogether. There are videos of people on the beach, and suddenly this huge wave comes. Terrible. Of course, this was a different way how the water came, but also through the rain. It can be so intense that the whole land is overflooded, and what to do, you know. So Indra wanted to do that with the Samvartaka clouds, which are actually the clouds which destroy everything at the end of the creation. And he said when they are raindrops as big as elephant trunks. So it's a huge raindrop. Yeah, so it submerged everything. In short time, everything is flooded. And then hail, storm, flashes of light, thunder, very, very intense. So sometimes there is some, in Mayapur, of course, yeah, when we were there, sometimes you have intense storms, right? Intense storms like this tropical storms are very, very, very heavy. And it's amazing to see. You know? And when you're protected, you can enjoy watching that. But if you're not protected, you get flooded, of course, it's a problem. And when we are confronted with these powers of nature, it's very amazing. It's amazing what nature can do, these forces when they are unleashed. And we are nothing in comparison to them then. We are like nothing. And then our pride gets really crushed. Then you are afraid of like anything, terrified. So sometimes we need like these forces of nature, some force confronting us to humble us. Yeah? But here in this situation, interesting, Indra wanted to humble them, even destroy them. But of course it failed because Krishna is more powerful than him. But anyway, back to this point that when we are confronted with a person who is, or something what is bigger than us, then we are naturally humbled. Yeah? And it needs that crushing of our pride. And this is what Krishna did. He wanted to really put this competition with Indra. Wanted, okay, show how powerful you are. You think you're so powerful? Okay, then show it. Krishna was triggering him. He was challenging him. And of course, Indra was convinced. What's the problem? Of course, he was, he has power. He was bringing all his forces there. But he felt, what's the problem? For me to get rid of this village and flood everyone. What's the problem to get rid of Krishna, this small boy? It's like nothing to me. It's like nothing to me. He did not know. So, yeah. Yeah, so we should be always careful. We should also be careful. Because sometimes we might think, oh, he is nothing, she is nothing, I'm better, I'm more powerful, more intelligent, I'm more beautiful, whatever. And we don't take people serious because we think we are so great and wonderful. Yeah. But then we have to get also crushed. Our pride is get crushed. When we come in contact with someone who is way better than us, and we say, oh, I'm actually not so great. It's good. Naturally humbled. I'm a big book distributor. I can distribute more than anyone else. I'm so great. Look, my scores. Look, everyone at my scores. But then comes marathon, and then comes Paramatma. Yeah, during the year you can be a little bit proud, but then comes Paramatma. What's the problem? Distributing more books than everyone else together. Like this. So, what to do? So, these powerful clouds come, submerge everything, and then the cows and the other animals, shivering from the excessive rain and wind, and the cowherd men and ladies, pained by the cold, all approached Lord Govinda for shelter. Interesting, huh? That more or less they always know that Krishna is just their friend and cowherd village boy, but at the same time, when there's such a problem, they run to him for shelter. If there's a problem and we run now to, I don't know, Chaitanya Vallabha or my son Suchandra. Please help us, Suchandra. Please help us. I don't know. Okay. I don't know what he will do. It's a little bit Govinda Dev, we have this problem, this big bill is coming, and then he goes to Chaitanya Vallabha. Oh, please, Chaitanya Vallabha, I have this big bill, what you can do. It's a little bit interesting thought. Huh? So they ran to Krishna, knowing that, okay, he can help us. Yeah, and that's so nice. Huh? Krishna is just a boy, just a cowherd boy. So the cowherd men and women addressed the Lord. Krishna, Krishna, O most fortunate one, please deliver the cows from the wrath of Indra. O Lord, you are so affectionate to your devotees. Please save us all. They were not going to Krishna and said, Krishna, what have you done? It's your fault. We should have worshipped Indra and everything is fine. No, but you wanted to worship Govardhan hill and see what you have done now. Could have. No, they could have said that, but no. Everything fine, you wanted that, and the consequence we accept also, so, but still, now you have to help us, do something, please. Seeing the inhabitants of his Gokula, rendered practically unconscious by the onslaught of hail and blasting wind, the Supreme Lord Hari understood that this was the work of angry Indra. Sri Krishna said to himself, because we have stopped this sacrifice, Indra has caused this unusually fierce, unseasonable rain, together with terrible winds and hail. By my mystic power, I will completely counteract this disturbance caused by Indra. Demigods like Indra are proud of their opulence, and out of foolishness, they falsely consider themselves the Lord of the universe. I will now destroy such ignorance. So, and it continues, and then, having said this, Lord Krishna, who is Vishnu himself, picked up Govardhan hill with one hand and held it aloft just as easily as a child holds up a mushroom. And then he addressed the devotees. O mother or father, O residents of Raja, if you wish, you may now come under this hill with your cows. You should have no fear that this mantle will fall from my hand. And don't be afraid of the wind and rain, for your deliverance from these afflictions has already been arranged. Their minds thus pacified by Lord Krishna, they all entered beneath the hill, where they found ample room for themselves and all their cows, wagons, servants, and priests, and for all other members of the community as well. So Krishna lifting that Govardhan hill, everyone comes together, everyone is protected, everyone is together with Krishna. As I said yesterday in the morning, this is a pastime which is very special because 7 days, because Krishna held the hill 7 days. It's a long time, 7 days. On the left hand, and he even says, don't be afraid, it will not fall down, because they might think, what happens if this falls down? Don't worry, I will keep it like this. And normally, it's that Krishna is with his different kinds of devotees only a certain time, right? Only a certain time. And Krishna's day start. Where does Krishna wake up? When does his day start? When does he wake up? When and where does he wake up? Yeah, 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock in the morning. Okay, 4 o'clock in the morning. Yes, we do that also, right? And where is he waking up? In Yashoda Ma's house. Yeah, he wakes there up too, but not at 4 o'clock. A little bit later. He wakes up first in the forest in Vrindavan. In the forest. Because he was dancing all night with the gopis. And he slept in the forest. In a very nice flower bed and all that. This is when he wakes up, shortly before the sun rises. Yeah, so that might be something like 4 o'clock actually, something like 4 or 5, something. But he does not want to wake up because it's very nice. And Radharani is there also, and they sleep, and all the gopis are there, and everyone's asleep. But they have to get up. Why do they have to get up? They have to get up. Otherwise they will be seen. Yeah, otherwise they will be seen, especially when Mother Yashoda gets into the room of Krishna, and where is he? Then this will be a problem. And the biggest problem will be actually for Radharani, when Chatila and Kutila, or also Abhimanyu, they find out that actually all the rumors are true. Because they hear always something, that they have an affair, more or less. That Radha and Krishna have an affair, you can say. They always hear something, but they have no proof. Even sometimes they search for a proof that finally we catch them, but they never can, and there's always this game going on of catching, and all this. It goes through all the Leela pastimes. So this is where they wake up, and who is waking them up? No, it might not be every day like this, but a couple of acharyas explain like this. Different birds, yeah. Shuka and Shari, they are called, two parrots, a male and a female parrot. And they sit on the branches and they watch Radha and Krishna who are sleeping. And they say to them, please get up. And in very nice prayers, they say, please, you have to get up. But they hear it and, we don't want to, but okay. And then finally they have to understand we have to really go home now. And then they go home and Krishna goes into his house. And then he lies there in bed and sleeps a little bit more until Mother Yashoda comes and wakes him up. And then all the servants come and then they clean him and bathe him, massage him and all that and prepare him for the day. So at the night time, he's with the gopis. In the morning time, he's with Mother Yashoda. Then during day, of course, it switches a bit with the gopas. And in the evening with the gopis. So, and the thing is, whenever, and through this we have a natural fluctuation between Sambhoga and Vipralambha. Sambhoga means when devotees are together with Krishna, when they have the pastime with him, and they are very, very happy, of course. But when he is not together, they all are in Vipralambha. And they are separated from him, and they experience very intense separation, ecstasy of separation. It becomes very strong. The attachment to him becomes actually way stronger. Yeah. Of course, it's said that this is more intense, and this is a more, how to say, aspired, devotional mood of our tradition, more or less. But still, at that time, they long for Krishna. They want him to come back. And so this is always going on, this Sambhoga, Vipralambha. And in this pastime of Govardhan Hill, 7 days, they could be together with him. Everyone could be together with him. No separation at all. From one point of view, could say, oh, this is actually not the ideal, because Vipralambha is the highest. But from another point of view, it's what they want. No? So 7 days they watch him, and even though he is public for everyone, he has his own exchange with all the different kinds of devotees. Yeah, Krishna is the Lord of every devotee and can be with everyone at the same time, so to say. Yeah, when Krishna takes his lunch or his picnic in the forest, he said he sits in the center, and he's like the wall of the lotus flower, and all the gopas, his friends, sit around him like the different leaves, and every one of them thinks Krishna is only looking at me at the same time. So no one feels, so to say, neglected. So everyone has his connection with Krishna. Or when Krishna dances with the gopis, he expands himself to dance with every gopi. And every gopi thinks, oh, this is my Krishna. And before the Ras Leela also happened, when they had their amorous pastimes, also Krishna was expanding to be with every gopi. So in the spiritual world, everyone has his Krishna, more or less. It's always like this. So in this situation also, he was having his exchange with his friends and with Mother Yashoda, who was of course worried. Will he, how can he stand so long here? And he might be a little bit tired and this and that. She has her motherly affection. And he has his loving exchanges with the gopis also when he stands there. And he plays his flute, and 7 days they have this his association through this. And then outside, and we might think that inside, as I said yesterday, I told the same, but when you lift something from the ground, it's not very pleasant and nice. When you lift a stone from the lawn, it's not nice what's there. You find all these bugs and stuff, and they are down there. So, but when Krishna lifted this huge Govardhan hill, is explained by the acharyas, underneath everything was perfect. Grass and bushes and rivers and sea and lake and houses and beds, and everything was very, very nice. He made it really cozy for them for 7 days. So they could really stay 7 days there with him in this wonderful situation. And in between, when, of course, this is the very famous episode when Krishna was watching Srimati Radharani, he became a little bit distracted by her beauty, and he he shook a little bit the Govardhan hill, and of course the vibration was very big, and the Gopas thought, oh no, he's becoming weak, and they, okay, no problem, we help you with the stick. They thought he becomes weak, but this was just because he was distracted by Radharani's beauty. And he said, oh, okay, I have to lift it properly. Kept his composure. And I think it's even said that Balaram kind of recognized, okay, Balaram, my brother is there, I cannot be like this. Also, similar thing when he went to Mathura, and there was Kupcha, the pastime of Kupcha. Then, and when he straightened her, and she became this beautiful girl, she felt also actually romantic attraction towards him. And she made a quite direct proposal to him. And he was very ashamed. But not so much because of the proposal itself, because Krishna is like the Cupid, no problem. But because Balaram was there. And in front of his elder brothers, these things he doesn't want to, exhibit. So and outside, 7 days, the storm was going on, which was the power of Indra. So Indra really put all his might to destroying the devotees and Govardhan Hill. And Govardhan Hill, is said, also was completely unshaken. Nothing happened to it from the outside also. And in the end, Indra was exhausted. He really invested all his power, 7 days, full on, full force. And only then, when he was exhausted, he came to his senses. I cannot do anything here, that's something special going on. How is this possible? How is this possible? And he came to his senses and said he came down and he stopped, everything become nice, sun comes out, everything is fine, Krishna puts the hill down, everyone goes out, everyone is happy. And then Indra comes and excuses himself. And this is also a very important part in the Bhagavatam, because there is Indra's, how's it called, Reue, repentance. Yeah, his repentance. And it's very nice. These are very nice prayers, how he really opens his heart and is humbled and put into his position. He's very grateful and very grateful. Thank you, Krishna, that you corrected me. I was really off. And now I feel very, very happy. And this should be also our lesson, that in life, that we should look forward for correction, and it's very painful. Indra was not happy through all of that. He was not happy. He really wanted to win. He really wanted to be the best. He really wanted to show off. And it was not easy to accept the defeat. It's never easy. But when we accept defeat, especially in front of some superiors, when we understand it's right and we should get off of the position, then we feel really relieved of our pride. And we really see I was really an illusion, I was really terrible. And I'm thankful, I'm grateful, and we should really keep this realization and really remember this, especially when we go a little bit off again in some weird direction, which can happen, because Indra later on, he again became proud and had another confrontation with Krishna many years later. So in all these pastimes, there are so many layers of instructions, what we can learn, like on the base layer, on the first layer, there's just the sweetness of the pastime and the remembrance of Krishna and all that. But then there are many lessons we can learn, and this is probably the main lesson we can learn from this pastime, besides of the sweetness of Krishna's exchange with his devotees, to really be open for correction. Understand it's not easy, it's painful, but in the end we become relieved and become very happy and more humble and come in a nice attitude to practice Krishna consciousness. So thank you very much for taking part in this little katha. Hare Krishna. Any questions, anything you want to add? Yes? Until the conch shell blows, we have time. Yeah?
Thank you very much for
comparing us sometimes to be like Indra? Yeah, for sure. And then also, I would say that also the Paramatma Krishna Prabhu, he seems to be like Govardhan here. Unshakable, we can do whatever we want. Yeah, it's no chance. But can you please give us some motivation, some tip or some inspiration? What's the right attitude? To beat Paramatma in the marathon? Something like that. Not in the wrong way, like Indra is trying. Yeah. I never beat Paramatma in the marathon. You asked the wrong person. You can inspire very much. What would I do if I would like to beat Paramatma in the marathon? If possible, it would need most intense absorption, desire, prayer. It must be super intense. And set an incredible high goal, which you believe also in fulfilling, but it's very, very difficult. You have to really stretch your consciousness a lot. Because Paramatma also, wie sagt man, der kocht auch mit Wasser. And his cooking is that he has expanded consciousness, what he desires to distribute in the marathon. And I know I was with him in marathon, and he has a quota. He puts these books in the trolley. He goes out on the street, and he stays as long out as it takes to distribute all these books, whatever necessary. And then one day we were in Flensburg, and I stopped early. I was in this marathon not so fired up, and the day was really bad because the weather was so bad that the rain came like horizontally. It was really no joke, really. I was there with the rain, with the umbrella, but the rain was coming like this. The wind was blowing so intensely. There were not many people in the street, and then I went home in the van because there was not much happening. And then I walked by Paramatma and I said, "When are you coming?" And he showed me his vehicle. He said, "Then I'm coming then, and this is gone, you know." And in marathon, he distributes his 100, 200 books. And I was in the van already reading and chilling and this and that. And he came, I think it was 9:30 in the night. This is how long it took, but the vehicle was empty. He distributed all his books. So this is how he wins. He has a quota, he knows what he wants, and he does what it takes. And he knows it also recently. He wanted to distribute a certain amount. It seemed to be impossible. He said, "No, I want to do it." And what did Krishna do? He fulfilled it because he wanted. So the desire has to be, I guess, so incredibly strong for this amount of books. So you have to understand how many do I need to distribute to beat him approximately, you know. It goes into the thousands. But it's possible. And then you do it. And this is somehow, theoretically, if I would attempt to do that, somehow in this direction. Yeah, but as I said, Okay, something else? Yes, Akhil Prabhu?
Just another question is special. You told how Krishna stays the night outside, and then he goes home before the parents wake up, and they go home so that nobody sees them. And then the servants of his parents, they wash him in the morning. Don't they see anything that Krishna, he was together with Radharani, and there's something, some powder?
Yeah, there's some certain things which mentioned, like the scratches of the nails. But then they say, it was just some, thorns in the forest when cowherd boys were watching the cows, and we heard. And Nanda mother showed us, "Oh no, why did he hurt himself?" This and that, but actually was in the exchange with the gopis, so not connected to some pain in that sense. Yeah, there's some certain things, but they always have to go around it. Or Madhu Mangal sometimes says too much, and then they have to correct him. Or Krishna looks, "How can you say that?" And they always find a way how to put it in a way that nobody understands what's going on. Yeah. Yes, Krishna is wonderful. Most wonderful Krishna. Okay, thank you so much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Giriraj ki jai, Srimati Radharani ki jai, Srimad-Bhagavatam ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande.
Jagamanaloban Janavi Tattavane Jagamanaloban Dakhinene taichan Bame gadadhara Dakhinene taichan Bame gadadhara Dakhe Anikate Advaita Shrini Vasa Chhatradhara Anikate Advaita Shrini Vasa Chhatradhara Base Ache Gaurachan Ratna Simhasane Base Ache Gaurachan Ratna Simhasane Base Arati kare na Brahma Adi Devagane Arati kare na Brahma Adi Devagane Narahari Adi kore Chamaradulaya Narahari Adi kore कमर डुलाया संजया मुकुंद वासु वशादिगाया संजया मुकुंद वासु वशादिगाया शंखा बाजे घंटा बाजे बाजे करताल शंखा बाजे घंटा बाजे बाजे करताल मधुरा मृदंग बाजे परम रसाल मधुरा मृदंग बाजे परम रसाल शंखा बाजे घंटा बाजे मधुर 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 बाजे शंखा बाजे घंटा बाजे मधुर 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 बाजे नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल बहु कोटि चंद्र जिने वदन उज्ज्वल बहु कोटि चंद्र जिने वदन उज्ज्वल काला देश बनमाला करे झलमाला काला देश बनमाला करे झलमाला शिवासुका नारदा प्रेम गद गद शिवा शुका नारदा प्रेम गद गद Bhakati Vinoda Deke Gaurara Sampada Bhakati Vinoda Deke Gaurara Sampada Deva Jaya Jaya Gaura Chande Haratika Shobha Janavi Tatavane Jagamana Loba Gaurangiram Ratik Shobha Jagajana Mana Loba Gaurangiram Ratik Shobha Jagajana Mana Loba Jaga jana mana lobha 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 Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Namo Vishupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashata Deshatarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.